Hi, I'm Chris Kirsch, and I'm joined today by Chris Hadnagy of socialengineer.org. As a quick intro, Chris, could you explain to our viewers what the Social Engineering CTF is at DEF CON?
Sure. So it's a two-part competition where we get a lot of contestants. This year we had over 150 people apply to be part of the competition. And if you're chosen, you're given a target company, and you have to take 3 weeks to perform OSINT, and that stands for Open Source Intelligence Gathering. And what that means is, by open sources, you can only use Google and other tools that do not gain access to any private information. So it is just things that are found on the open web. And you have to write a report about what you find on the company. So you're looking for the flags or bits of information that we ask you to look for, and then compiling a report. That takes about 3 weeks. After you submit your report, you're then invited out to Vegas at DEF CON in the SE Village. You get to sit in that big glass booth in front of hundreds of people, not making anyone nervous at all. And you get 20 minutes to make as many phone calls as you can in that 20-minute period to that same company, using the information that you found during your OSINT phase. And now you're trying to get those very same flags or bits of information in a live setting through the phone in front of all those people at DEF CON.
Yeah, great. And I had been interested in social engineering for years and read a ton about it, but it never really clicked for me until I was in that room watching people live on stage, eliciting a ton of information out of companies. When I went back home, I couldn't find any recordings of other calls, and I was quite bummed by that. Can you explain why that is?
Yeah, so DEF CON is held in Nevada every year, and Nevada is a two-party consent state. And what that means in the U.S. is that both parties have to consent to recording any type of phone call. So we don't alter the call at all. As a matter of fact, the call originates from our laptop, and it is just played over like speakerphone, so to say, even though that speakerphone is the loudspeakers in the room. So it is not altered. But if we were to record the calls, that would be breaking federal wiretapping laws. And to get permission to do that, we'd actually have to get permission from you, let's say the caller, and also the person on the other end of the phone. And we haven't yet figured out a pretext to say, hey, can we record this call for social engineering purposes? That hasn't worked out too well for us yet. So
yeah, that probably wouldn't work too well, yeah.
Not too well.
Okay, so I joined the competition for the past 2 years, and today what we're going to do is to reenact the call that helped me win the competition this year.
Yes, an amazing call.
Thank you. And so the target I was assigned was a large company with retail locations. So I was targeting a retail store for this call. And I had researched the company using OSINT and found a ton of information that helped me build that pretext. So are you ready to get into the call?
I'm ready.
Perfect. All right.
Good afternoon. This is Dave at the Acme store in Minneapolis. How can I help you today?
Hi, this is Mike Benson from Central IT in Springfield. I've got a quick question for you today. Are you guys open right now?
Yeah, we're open right now.
That's weird. I got a pager alert because I haven't gotten any bookings data from your store in the past 42 minutes or so. You have customers in the store right now, and you don't have any problems with the internet, right?
Yeah, I'm looking right now, and we're open, and I see customers in the store.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any bookings data. Listen, I have to leave the office in 10 minutes to pick up my kids. I'd really appreciate if you could help me troubleshoot this real quick.
I'm happy to help, but I'm not sure what I can really do.
Don't worry, that's easy. I'll talk you through it. Are you near a computer right now?
Yep, sitting right in front of my computer.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'd like to see if you can reach an internal backend server in Springfield. Could you open your browser, please?
Sure. Hold on. Is that the little E thing on the bottom?
Yep. Yeah, Internet Explorer works just fine.
Okay, good. I got it open.
Okay, great. So I'd like you to enter the following URL. It's pos.corporate.acme.com. You should be seeing the NetWeaver login page. So that's pos.corporate.acme.com. Not coming up?
I typed that in, but I don't see anything coming up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why we can't get the bookings data. Maybe could you try another website for me to see if you have internet access, Facebook
Sure.
or something like that?
Okay, hang on. Let me try that.
Thank you.
Facebook, yeah, Facebook comes up just fine.
Okay, great. So your internet connection is working. I'd like to try a diagnostics tool that we use here a lot. The URL is SEORG and then .org again. It's a little weird. It stands for
Yes.
Systems Engineering Organization, SEORG.org.
Okay,
What do you see?
that's loading, but it says, let me read it. Security through education. It's got some weird logo on it.
That's weird. Let me try that here. Yeah, I'm getting the same thing. That's weird. They must have changed the URL. There's an alternative one that we can use. It's called thismachine.info. This machine is one word and then .info.
Okay, that's loading. It says, what browser am I using? Internet Explorer 11.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. I actually need the thing that it says underneath the IP address on your screen. It should say either Windows or Mac and then something.
Okay, I'll read it. It's some words I've never heard of. It says
No worries.
Mozilla /5.0, Windows NT 6.1, WoW 6.4, Trident 7.0, RV 11.0, like Gecko.
Okay. Okay, that seems fine. So I think what it is, it's probably a routing issue from your side to ours that's preventing the connection to the backend server. Are you currently on the VPN?
I don't even know what that is. How do I know?
No worries, no problem. I'll walk you through that. Could you open your start menu, please? It's on the bottom left of your screen.
It's the big
And
ball thing, right? Yep, I
yeah,
got that.
yeah, exactly. And then you go to the programs folder.
Mm-hmm.
And let me know if you see a folder called either Cisco or Cisco AnyConnect.
Well, I'm scrolling, but I don't see anything that looks like that.
Okay, no worries. What about AirWatch? Might also be in the VMware folder.
Let me go up to the A's, or the V's. No, I don't see that one either.
Okay. Are you on a laptop or a desktop right now?
I'm on my Dell desktop.
Okay, all right. That would explain it. We'd only have that on a laptop, the VPN. Okay. So it looks like the issue just started today. This system also tracks the attendance time for employees. You're also on the Friday payroll schedule, right? And all payments came in fine?
Yeah, we're on the Friday schedule. I haven't heard any complaints from anyone else.
Okay, okay, all right. That's good. Thank you so much for working with me through this. How long have you been with us?
Just about a year now.
Okay, great. Awesome. So let's see how we can resolve this issue together. Let me just think for a moment.
You know, we were having problems with our gift cards and our credit cards. I think it was about 2 weeks ago we had this problem as well. Maybe this is related.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah. No worries. We'll get it sorted out. So your phones are obviously working fine. I mean, I can hear you fine. Are you on a voice over IP service? What does it say on your phone?
I don't know about that, but it says Cisco IP phone.
Okay. Okay, so internet is fine. I have another idea. Do you know if your badge systems are working fine, or have you had any trouble? Because those should be connecting to the same backend server here in Springfield.
We just used them to get into the main door, and I got in, and all the other employees got in just fine today.
Okay, all right. And are you on the old or the new system? We're just switching over the systems. The old ones are the RFID badges. They're a little thicker, and the new ones are about the thickness of a credit card.
Well, I'm looking at mine right now. It's about the same shape as a credit card.
Okay, great. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? I think I just fixed the issue. I was reflashing the router while we were speaking. It's working now. I'm seeing the bookings data, but it's still a little iffy. So I want to send you a new router and make sure that this doesn't happen again. What I'll do is I'll include a return label. Do you usually ship with FedEx?
Yeah, FedEx comes here every day. It's fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And what I'll do is I want to set it up so that it just works when you plug it in, so you don't have to do anything. For the Wi-Fi IDs, do you also use Acme for the regular devices and Acme POS for your payment systems?
I'm sorry, I don't know that.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I can look that up. Could you also do me a favor and put up a sign above the router to make sure that the cleaning crew doesn't unplug it? Who are you using for janitorial services over there?
We use SLS here, but everything's in a closet lock, so I don't think they can even touch it.
Okay, so no problem there. Great. All right. Just in case I need to contact you later, what time are you closing today?
We're open till 8 p.m. today.
Okay, great. All right. So I'm going to leave the office in a minute to pick up my kids. In case you have any issues later, I'd like to send you a one-page troubleshooting manual. Do you have a program called Adobe Acrobat to read PDFs?
Yep, I see the icon right on my desktop.
Okay, great. And what I'll be sending you is an interactive PDF. It's super easy to use, but it doesn't work on some of the older versions. Could you open Adobe Acrobat for me and just check the version real quick? Once you have it open, it should be under About Acrobat and so on.
Yep, okay, hold on. It's open. It says, I'll read it. I don't understand it. It says DC and then in parentheses 2015.0.
Great. Yeah, that's the current version. That should work just fine. And I'll send that over to you by email. You're on Outlook 2016, right?
Yeah, I have Outlook here.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, good. So before we wrap up, I just have a couple of routine questions. I need to ask those on every support call. The first one is, we want to make sure that you stay safe and secure. Can you verify that you have the McAfee antivirus installed on your system? It should be on the bottom right of your screen. You should be seeing a shield with the letter M in it.
Oh, yeah, I see the M and the shield right there by the clock.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And last question, when was the last time you had security awareness training?
Ooh, I don't know, maybe a year or more, maybe a year ago. I'm not really sure.
Okay, thank you, David. You've been very helpful. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. All right. So that was pretty much how the call went.
Pretty much. And then there was a standing ovation, which we could do that if you want, but
I think we're good right now.
The room went into applause. That's all I remember. It was very, very long.
Yeah. So this is actually how in my head I was hoping the call would go, and it actually went that way, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Chris, I'm sure some of our viewers are a little bit freaked out and kind of asking themselves what they can do to prevent these types of attacks in their companies. Can you give us some advice?
Sure. Yeah, we always try to tell companies just a couple things. First, like that last question that you asked, and the reason we put that in the list, it's just so important. Like when did you last get security awareness education? We find routinely when we do this type of work that that answer is not uncommon to have been a year or more ago. So we tell people you have to have good, consistent, practical security awareness education that teaches your population about what these attacks are, because if you don't even know what the attack is, you can't possibly defend against it. And then we always tell people to educate their population on the value of the information. Some of this stuff may seem like really silly, like do you ship with FedEx? Is that okay? Or do you see the little M down by your clock? Those things may seem like silly. Why would that be important? But to a skilled social engineer, those little bits of data can do a ton to cause an active breach. So we tell people that use good practical security awareness and teach your population the value of the information they have so they don't give it out too freely.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you think you have somebody on the phone who's a social engineer, what should you do in that case?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So as a society, we're taught to not be rude, right? And we're not advocating to be rude, but we say that sometimes security and being nice don't match. So you have to be not afraid to say, I'm sorry, I can't help you. This call is a little weird, and hang up or deflect the questions away. Many times when we are shut down, when we do this in a corporate setting as part of our jobs, the people that shut us down are the people who aren't afraid to say, I'm sorry, I just can't help you, and then end the call. And every time we get that, those companies are volumes more secure than the ones who have employees who just want to talk nonstop.
Yeah. And you can always say no with a smile, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for recording this with me today.
No problem. Thanks, Chris.
Okay. Bye-bye.